Hello, I'm Daniel Thompson, and quite honestly, today I'm heartbroken, I think. If you've been following the latest news out of Kenosha, then you've no doubt heard about the Jacob Albright situation. If you haven't, in a nutshell, Jacob Albright is a man who was taken into custody by the Pleasant Prairie Police Department. They then transported him to Kenosha County Courthouse in Kenosha. And then, somehow, while in police custody, he killed himself. Died via a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, if you have questions as to how that happens, well, everyone does at this point. And unfortunately, information is very, very limited as to the how of his death. And regardless of how you feel about the situation or what maybe political divide you feel, it shouldn't have happened. No matter what color you are, no matter what religious, political, or other beliefs you have, no matter what sexual orientation you are, no matter anything about you, no one should die in police custody. So, as one could understand, the community is partly confused, partly angry, and I think partly frustrated because, again, there is tension between law enforcement and the people they serve. And in all this, over the weekend, the family of Jacob Albright held a vigil on the courthouse steps, just a little ways away from where he died. And to say it was hard to watch would be an understatement. It's always hard to watch. I've been to, unfortunately, a lot of vigils in my career as a journalist. The majority of them for parents burying their children. The ages have ranged from elementary age all the way to adulthood. One of the most notable being the vigil for the girls, as we called them in the Indiana office of the Monticello Herald-Journal. Abby and Libby. The Delphi murders. Another situation where nobody did anything wrong. The girls didn't do anything wrong. They just decided to go for a walk on a day off from school, and they ended up running into a monster. And I mention that, the vigil, and others, because though the situations and circumstances surrounding them are quite different, there's always one common thing, and that's when it comes down to the family. And it can often get lost in speculation and in our own desire to solve the mystery. And it's this. For this family, there is now a hole in the world. A hole that they'll get to know what it looks like when the sun hits it from every spot in the sky. A hole they would still be able to find in the dark of night when it blends in with everything else to everybody else. A hole they'll always know is there and used to be filled by someone they loved. And at the heart of all of this, and the thing that should be respected throughout all of it, is the grief of people who lost someone they loved immensely. Because at the end of the day, this family will have to live with the absence of someone who should still be alive. Live with the presence of a hole in the world that shouldn't exist. And I can only imagine how that feels. And so, I think above all, respecting that, remembering that, and letting that be the thing that drives how it's handled. That this is for the family, for resolution for them first and foremost. If nothing else positive comes out of the situation, I would just hope that the community stands with them and not simply comes to stand against law enforcement throughout this process. And that's all I've got on my mind today. Thank you for listening. And take care of yourself out there.